Hawkeye Season 1 stars Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld. Former Avenger Clint Barton has a seemingly simple mission: get back to his family for Christmas. Possible? Maybe with the help of Kate Bishop, a 22-year-old archer with dreams of becoming a superhero. The two are forced to work together when a presence from Barton's past threatens to derail far more than the festive spirit. Now, I have never been a crazy fan of Hawkeye. I've always thought he's been a cool character. I'm obviously a fan of the MCU, and I was going to check out this show purely because of that. It's also got a Christmas background. It's the most wonderful time of the year. What could go wrong? And to my surprise, Hawkeye was actually a really good show, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The 2-episode premiere had the show starting off really solid, unlike some of the other Marvel shows. From the start, it knows what it wants to be, and it continues with that all throughout the 6 episodes. The cast is fantastic, and I love the addition of Haley Steinfeld in the MCU. She plays Kate Bishop to perfection. She's been fan casted for years, and I don't think there's anyone that could really play Kate Bishop better than Haley Steinfeld. She's a quirky character, but she's also strong and really confident, and Haley Steinfeld really embodies that. Now, as I've said, I've never been a big fan of Hawkeye, but Jeremy Renner definitely shines in this show, and he shows why he's so good as Hawkeye. He's subdued and suave when he needs to be, but he's also very emotional. The show really gets to showcase Jeremy Renner's emotional range. Like I said, he can be a very confident and suave kind of guy playing Hawkeye, but this is a character with a lot of trauma, and Jeremy Renner showcases all of his best acting abilities here. The dynamic between Kate and Clint is what makes this show that good. Renner and Steinfeld bounce off of each other very well, and it's the emotional core of this show. Their relationship and their bond, that's what makes the show so touching and heartfelt. It's almost like a father-daughter relationship, and this show really grows that relationship to be very strong. It's very ground level-esque MCU. There's small stakes and lots of character moments. That's all stuff that I enjoy. And I, of course, enjoyed that here. And I saw someone post this on Twitter, but really the Marvel shows are all about growing characters and having little side moments with them, characters we don't necessarily get to see shine in movies. And I'm okay with the Marvel shows being like that. And these shows are also great opportunities for Marvel to do new things. WandaVision, which I love, by the way, is a show about exploring the grief and trauma of one character. The show isn't as deep as, say, WandaVision, but it allows Marvel to just do low-level stuff. There's no big Avengers-level threat. You see characters grow, and especially characters that you didn't necessarily really have an attachment to. And for me, in that case, it was Hawkeye. So I was glad to see that now I actually have some attachment to Hawkeye and Kate Bishop now. What they did in episode 3 with Echo I thought was fantastic. All of her backstory, within just 10 minutes I was already caring for a character, and it made you understand why Echo is after Hawkeye. All the action sequences are great. There's one sequence in episode 3 that's a car chase, and man, it was so well done. That scene was directed in a way where you feel like you're a part of the sequence itself. And then there's a sequence in the final episode that's almost like a one take. It has 2 characters fighting with one another. That was great. The family dynamic with Hawkeye works very well also, and it's such a heartbreaking situation where he can't get home for Christmas. And it's because of this situation that makes the audience care for this character. I want to talk about some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the show and you don't want to know anything, I'll put a timestamp so you can hear my final thoughts on the show with no spoilers, but this section of the video will be a bit of spoilers. Now, at the end of Black Widow, we saw the post-credit scene with Yelena seeing the photo of Hawkeye, Julia Louis-Dreyfus telling her, "This is the guy that killed your sister." So it was basically foreshadowing that she would be in the show. And I thought the return of Yelena here was superb, as she was arguably the biggest standout from Black Widow. She also works off of Haley Steinfeld very well, as they have a lot of scenes growing their relationship with one another, and I would love to see more of that in the MCU, maybe a spin-off. And then the big bad of the show being Kingpin, I thought that was so awesome. I have not seen Daredevil. I need to see the entire show so I can really appreciate him being in the MCU now. But Vincent D'Onofrio is very menacing in the role, and I really want to explore more of his character. Now, yes, they did kill him off in the final episode. Echo shoots him, but the camera pans away, meaning he's not really dead. Marvel has a reputation for doing this. You just hear the gunshot, he's definitely not dead. Last thing I want to say about episode 6 is the post-credit scene was ass. That I fast-forwarded through that and I was like, what am I watching? Why is this a post-credit scene? You have time to set up the Echo show, or maybe Vincent D'Onofrio coming back as Kingpin. No, instead you're going to give us a musical number from Rogers the Musical. Like, that's cool and all, but I don't need to see that. And all in all, the finale felt very solid to me. Didn't feel too rushed, and I liked how they wrapped everything up, and I'm really hoping that we do get a season 2. Hawkeye was a fun adventure, exploring new characters, growing characters, and just enjoying the Christmas spirit in the MCU. Everyone is excellent in their roles. We get fun action sequences, and low stakes that don't really have that big of an effect on the MCU, but that's okay every once in a while. You want to have a break from the Avengers level threats every once in a while. And the Christmas background just made it all the more special. And I've never really loved the character of Hawkeye, like I've said, but I'm glad that this show exists because now I appreciate him more. And I'm really glad that that's the case. I'm going to give Hawkeye Season 1 a B+. Thank you so much for watching this review, and if you did enjoy, consider giving it a like as well as subscribing and hitting that notification bell to get notified whenever new videos like this go live. As always, look forward to more videos coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.